Welcome, everyone. I'm Michael Globitz of Prospect Ladder. I'm here today to help you bring in more sales leads, recruit more candidates, and grow your network on LinkedIn. So today we're going to talk about searching for prospects. As the previous videos about optimizing your profile, putting in the right amount of time to find the right prospect at the right time with the right offer is valuable in finding leads on LinkedIn. As you find the right prospects, you'll grow your warm leads, you'll grow your network, and you'll raise your LinkedIn Social Selling Index score, which is also known as your SSI. This is a very important score to keep track of for your activity on LinkedIn. All of these actions will convert to more sales and more job candidates placed as you interact with people on your LinkedIn outreach. So let's get started on finding and searching for the right prospects on LinkedIn. I'll start sharing my screen now. So you can see here, I'm in my regular LinkedIn home screen, just like you would go to it yourself. And there's very valuable spots on LinkedIn that you can find the right prospects. Most people will typically start off at the top search box and they'll put a keyword in to search for people. I'll go ahead and choose recruiter today, since I also have Prospect Ladder, which is a software that's great for recruiters. I'll highlight people, all filters. I always recommend you go after second degree connections, just in case you don't know, first degree are your current connections, and third are a little bit farther away. You have a lower chance of making connections with them. So I prefer to go after second degrees. You can choose a geographical area if you're looking for one. I'll pick the Washington, D.C., Baltimore area. You can also put different keywords in the title of the person if you wanted to make the search a little bit better. But let's just start with recruiter, and I'll put in here CEO. You can also use Boolean search terms in here to use and or the or operator. Make sure you capitalize those two, and they can help refine your searches. So in this particular search for recruiter, I found 246 results. That's great. So that's 246 people I can now reach out to on LinkedIn. What I like to do is not manually do this with every person and connect with them and type them a message, but I'll go ahead and copy this URL up top, and then I'll jump into Prospect Ladder. I'll hit the search button, and I'm going to import all of those people with that simple URL into Prospect Ladder. Then after I send that search to those people in Prospect Ladder, I'm going to go ahead and send them some messaging. We'll talk about messaging a little bit later, though. So I want to jump back into LinkedIn on searches. If you have a Sales Navigator or Recruiter Lite account, you can do much more filtered searches on LinkedIn. I'm not necessarily going to say they're better searches, but you can filter them more. Probably the most important feature that I like on a Sales Navigator search is where you can do active within the last 30 days. So if you go into a current search you may or may not have, and I'm just going to look for one real quick here, recruiter or sourcer. Again, it's right there. This is one of those spotlight filters that I like a lot. Posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days means that somebody's active on LinkedIn. Therefore, they're going to see your connection request quicker. They're going to respond to you, and you can start growing that relationship with each other. Going back to searching for different prospects, other than the traditional Sales Navigator or search bar, I wanted to point out this little drop-down area here. It's awesome when you can find people that have common interests of what you're looking for in your prospects from their posts, from their LinkedIn groups, or from LinkedIn events. I'm going to go into each one of these in a little bit more detail now. So let's just start with LinkedIn events. LinkedIn events are a great resource to find your prospects. Think of events, put in the search filters like you would normally do, like maybe I'll do a recruiter panel or recruiter in Washington, D.C., and look for LinkedIn events that have your ideal prospects attending. So here's one right here. If I was helping people get jobs and I see this event, how to get a job leveraging LinkedIn, that's somewhere where I can probably add some value. I'll go ahead and join the event because I'm planning on attending. Once you click attend here, this URL will change and you'll have access to these 46 attendees. Simply, just like I did with the other search, I jump in the Prospect Ladder. Under event search, I paste that URL, and then from there, I can reach out to all of those people and provide value and build that relationship. Same concept works not only for LinkedIn events, but it works for groups. So if I'm looking for business to business sales prospects, maybe that's people that, again, use Prospect Ladder to reach out to people on LinkedIn. and hit groups, I can start finding group members here. Value selling for B2B marketing sales leaders. Sounds perfect. It's got 1,600 members, even better. Same thing, I'm going to join the group. Once I join the group, I'm going to add value to the group, techniques, strategies, things I've learned, things I can share. Not going to sell to the group members. That's usually frowned upon. But then I can also scrape these 1,580 people with that URL, bring them into Prospect Ladder where I organize and automate the outreach and connect with those people and grow our relationship. One other quick thing I wanted to talk about on LinkedIn events. If you're not finding LinkedIn events that your prospects are hanging out in for job candidates or for sales, go ahead and create your own event. So what I did was I created an event on LinkedIn back in July for how to recruit and sell on LinkedIn to attract the ideal prospects. This event, put on by myself, had 618 people attending. So guess what those 618 people were? Ideal warm leads for me to connect with on LinkedIn, to grow my network, to provide value for each other, which turns into sales and job candidates and postings. I'll just show you a couple of these facts right now from those campaigns. So after I did that webinar, I connected with 410 people so far, and I have a 71% connection rate. That's outstanding. 291 new connections are in my LinkedIn network now. They're going to see my content. They're going to go back and forth with me on messaging. We can provide each other value and real relationships. Out of those 291, 50% of them replied to me. So those are warm leads. If you're selling or if you're recruiting, those are people that are responding back to you, and you can go ahead and start talking about maybe working together. These are great numbers that you can get with a LinkedIn event. But don't forget, when you're reaching out to people, make sure your messaging is personalized. When I do my connecting message, I always use their first name because that's how I would greet somebody in public. And I'd let them know why I'm connecting with them. In this particular case, I saw that we both, they registered and attended my LinkedIn event. If it was a mutual event, then I could say that I saw that we both are attending the same event or attended the same event. Maybe you both were in the same group and you have some common interests. Then I send some different drip campaign messaging to try to give them value, to find out if they got value from the event. Is there something I can provide? Can I send them a recording? These are all things you can do with your business if you're selling. What is your offering? What type of thing can you offer the public on LinkedIn in an event style format, webinar style format? Provide that value, connect with them afterwards. It's a great resource. Same thing if you're in recruiting and staffing and you're looking for job candidates. Find out where your prospects are on LinkedIn. Go ahead and send them messages, and not just a connection message. Make sure you're following up with message 1, maybe another message 5 days later, maybe another message 7 days later. Sometimes people are busy, so you need to send multiple messages. And again, providing value each time, maybe ask a question, see what you can do to help them. It's not always about selling or just placing them in your jobs that you're looking for. Don't forget, when you're doing these types of messaging campaigns to people, if you're reaching out to the right prospects with a genuine message in a real relationship, you'll want to respond back to them quickly as well. Make sure you're checking your inbox every day and answer those messages that are waiting for you. Don't leave those prospects hanging for days on end after you've connected with them. They're interested to talk to you, so go ahead and talk to them as well right off the get-go. Make sure you're responding back to them. You will see a great difference in your results of finding prospects if you follow these key things. Thank you for your time today. I hope you found the information useful. If you'd like to learn more, please visit our website of helpful resources at www.prospectladder.com, or you can email me at mike@prospectladder.com. Thanks.